Welcome to Cluj, the party capital of Transylvania. If you want to know why that is, please watch the first episode on why I think the city deserves this title. Today we will explore the food and drink situation in this city along with some more sightseeing spots that you will see right now. In the coming montage, you can see some churches, some fortifications from the medieval times, the National Theatre and the Opera House, which was in renovation at the time of filming. Nevertheless, I wholeheartedly recommend you visit the city with a bike or by foot. It is very accessible and all the important old buildings are near each other.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good.
What you're seeing right now is the National Theatre and the Orthodox Cathedral Church. It is in a nice big square. You will both see them at the same time.
You control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up.
As you can see, this cathedral is very nice. It has parks near it. I wholeheartedly just recommend you go and see and just chill there. Now, moving on to this colorful looking bar, it had an event which hosted international nights. The day I went, it was Turkish. The organizers told me that they host a lot of events. They hosted multiple international nights. So if you're visiting Cluj, I recommend you visit this bar because they might have an event and you don't want to miss it out. And let me show you what music they had. It was live.
Yollar geçer sevgilim.
This pub was near the hostel I stayed, and honestly it is a hidden gem. It is a rock bar called La Teve, meaning the pipe. It has a very cozy and awesome decor. Stayed there with some dudes, I met a hostel, kicked some beers, drank some shots, and honestly the whole vibe was very nice and the drinks are cheap, so have fun there. The Soviet is a step up for your alcoholic beverage needs. If you require delicious cocktails and hookah, please visit this bar. It is very nice. As you can see, the decor is wild and very on point. It has very communist vibes. It's amazing. I was so impressed with the bar. It had an interior courtyard if you're smoking, but if you're smoking hookah, which they provide, you can just smoke inside. Look, as you can see from the video, I drank quite a lot to research this bar, so I was kinda tipsy. So for lunch, I wanted something light, so I stumbled across this vegan restaurant which had delicious food. I was very surprised by the price to quality ratio. Trust me, it's in the golden zone. First thing I tried was the watermelon gazpacho soup, and honestly, it was an amazing dish. Very unique and refreshing and simple. It perked me up and it gave me energy required to just basically get over my tipsiness. It helped me quite a lot. The main meal was fried tofu on a bed of rice and fresh veggies with some baked potatoes for quality control. The tofu was super crispy and the rice was al dente. However, I had to ask for a spoon. Romanians still don't know how to eat rice correctly, but that is fine. That is totally fine. I'll help you educate yourself. You can't efficiently eat rice with a fork, people. Wake up. Anyway. The baked potatoes were above average, near the top. Very crispy on the outside, moist in the inside, with the cheese and parsley on top. It was better than many restaurants I went to. It felt like I was eating actually baked potatoes. I was not eating like pre-made, store-bought potatoes, which actually, that's why I actually bought them for quality control. In almost every restaurant I go, I order their potatoes as a side dish just to see and figure out the overall quality of the restaurant. And this one passed with flying colors. To chill, I went to a tea house to smoke some hookah and drink some tea. Look, the atmosphere inside was very interesting. You had to take off your shoes, and the music there was very Tame Impala-ish. Like, the vibes, honestly, I did not mind. It was very like new age, spiritual type music. I had a very relaxing time there. Trust me, I nearly fell asleep on the futon. Looking for the next place to explore was this interesting Japanese coffee shop. I ordered matcha tea, oolong tea, and some coffee jelly. Look, I never ate coffee jelly in my life. It was the first experience for me. I watched the animes and I wanted to try it. But the oolong tea and matcha tea, that was another story. I'm very experienced with that, and let me tell you, it was one of the best teas I drank in Romania. The matcha tea was thick how it should be. It was not diluted to the point of not knowing what I'm drinking. The oolong tea was actually great. I have oolong tea from China, so I could taste the similarities, and it was loose tea, was not in a paper bag. I appreciate that. The coffee jelly, on the other hand, was too sweet for my taste. It kind of had like an instant coffee taste, kind of like an espresso. Maybe that's why it was too sweet. If it was made with actual coffee, maybe I could taste more of the bitterness and the sweetness from the jelly would have been balanced. Time restaurant is good, but nothing fancy, to be honest. The meal I bought was average and the meat was not flavored at all. I expected more from the sausages considering the above average pricing. Low-key disappointed. Moving on. Rochelle is a great restaurant that is near the river that flows through Cluj, so it has great atmosphere, meals were nice. I actually recorded my impressions, but the sound of the water flowing is so loud, I will summarize now what I said. So let's start with the aperitivo. The bruschettis. Look, it was not a good eating experience. The bread was super thick and hard. It was toasted too much. It was very hard to chew, and the cherry tomatoes were cut in quarters and were too big. Parmigiano cheese shouldn't have been there from the start. The herbs that were mixed in with the tomatoes were nice, and the rucola salad was a nice touch with a little bit of tartar sauce on top of that. Look, what I'm saying this, the starters are eaten with a hand, so the fact that it had that thinly shredded Parmigiano cheese on top, whenever I took a bite, most of the filling just fell off the bread and the Parmigiano cheese just actually flew off. It was a very bad eating experience. I do not like this. The taste, however, was average. Going to the fish and chips, the portion was lit. I couldn't finish everything, but look, the potatoes were fine, a little bit salty. They were not homemade. It was the usual store-bought potatoes type situation. The fish was amazing, super crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside. I could feel a little bit of a beer hint, so the batter on top of the fish was actually made correctly. I was very impressed with the fish and the crispiness of the potatoes, of the chips, but the sauce, unfortunately, was a little bit dodgy. It was very runny, it was droopy, the sauce was super crunchy. I don't know why you make a tartar sauce and you have chunks, big chunks inside. It's not a sauce, it is a dip. Okay, like that sauce was maybe for nachos, but not for the fish. Whenever I tried to dip the fish or the potatoes inside the sauce, it would not stick out. And the sauce that was actually the sauce part, it was very droopy. So nothing was sticking on the meal. It was very standalone stuff. So I was like, you know what, let me just forget about the sauce concept and let me just take some with my fork and eat it. Yeah, the sauce was kind of bland and it did not have that sauce feel, but overall above average meal. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you learned something new. All the links from all the restaurants that I've talked in this video are in the description box and in the pinned comment. If you want to visit them, definitely visit them. They are Nitpick verified. Unfortunately, I only stayed one day in Cluj, so I could not visit everything that this city has to offer. So this is the end in the Romania Unleashed travel series for this city. But do not forget, we still have Iași and Brașov, and trust me, you don't want to miss them. So in closing, I'll leave you with Cluj night skyline. It is very beautiful to just go in a good night on top and just marvel at the city. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.